Welcome back to Sip the Tally Films presents 2020 Draft Prospects. Today we're going to continue our run on wide receivers, and today's prospect is Brandon Ayuik from Arizona State. He's 5'11", or 205 pounds, kind of built like a running back. And you'll see once he gets the ball in his hand, that's kind of what he is. We're going to look at his good parts, his bad parts, and let's get right into the film. Brandon Ayuik from Arizona State, and I think I'm pronouncing that right. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button also. And when you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the bell, notification bell, so you can get all the notifications. Not just some of them, not just the ones they want you to see. Get all the notifications so when I drop these videos, you can get them. Diving right into his film. Here we go, first play. For those that are new here, the prospect's name in the top left corner, my Twitter handle in the bottom left corner, and that's Coach Evans 9. Make sure I'm a good follow. Make sure you follow me on there too. And over here in this right corner, there'll be a little description of the play. And I think I left it off this first one. All right. So let the play run, then we'll come back and talk about it. All right, first play should have been blocking. Maybe I left that off, but here it is. Ayuk's up here. And you know, I'm big on having guys that can block. No block, no rock. That's my motto. No block, no rock. And I think Garnett West on Twitter calls me Mr. No Block, No Rock, because some people never heard it before, but that's my motto. If you can't block as a receiver, the ball probably not coming your way unless you just random off somebody. That's him at the top of your screen. Gave a little stutter. And blocking is about effort. Effort wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. I like him to play to the Wilson, but the effort wasn't bad. And this one we got finding windows. I'm going to let it run through. He's at the top again. And even though the ball didn't come to him, nice little shifty move. But he found a window. Let's go back to it. He found a window right there to get open. The linebacker kind of sits in his spot and kind of walling him off. And he's just going to jump right behind him to the next window. And if the quarterback, had held it a little longer, he'd have had this space wide open. He had already let it go by now, though. He jumped in his next window. So it's a good job of playing football, showing your football IQ. And not just sitting there because the guy's walling you like, okay, I'm covered. Working to get open. Next one, in and out of breaks. And that was him drop the ball. He's at the top of your screen again, just in case you didn't know. And I may blow it up a little bit. But he's at the top of your screen. Got to get that head around. He did an unnecessary little cut because the guy was bailing anyway. So he's running. He has this unnecessary little cut right there. And that gives him, makes him take a little longer to get his head around. And he drops the ball. So, that step toward the post is not necessary because he's bailing on you. Just run your route, snap your head around, and get back. Being a little bit too fancy on the route. Got to get in and out of those breaks. Being a playmaker. Being a playmaker. Making something happen. Making something happen right here. So this is him getting his little bubble. It's boxed up, so to speak, and he makes his way all the way back to the other side of the field and, get something good out of it. Good ability to stop on a dime, reverse field, and just see it. Now, I'd rather him get behind these two guys, let them block for him, but because he thought he could juke this guy and get past him. I've been asked, how can people support my channel and help it grow? And after talking to other YouTubers, Patreon.com is the answer. Any amount donated will help build the channel. My goal is to get a telestrator and help explain the ins and outs of the game even more. So go on over to patreon.com/SipTheTally to support the channel. And there will also be videos for subscribers only in the future. This is Coach Evans, and again, thanks everyone for the support. And head on over to patreon.com/SipTheTally. Now run this glance route. To me, this is what he does best. He runs this little glance route like a skinny post. And when the quarterback puts it on time, You see the results. Fifth step, foot in the ground. Can't draw it up any better. On that fifth step, the ball should be out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ball's out. Makes the first guy miss. To the house. He's great with the glances. And the slants also. Let's shake route. Let me go back to show you where he is so you can focus on that. He's this guy in empty. He's the middle receiver right here in empty. Nice little shake route. To turn about a 5 or 6 yard throw into probably about 15 yards. Let's go back to it. Nice little shake route. Comes in and settles. Like he going back out. Got the linebacker off balance. So this is a 5 yard throw. The original line of scrimmage is right here. You see the ref. 5 yard throw. Turned in 10, 15, almost 20 yards. Great shake route. This is the negative part of it. I have blocking here. This is Brandon right here at the top of your screen. And again, I said earlier, blocking is something you have to want to do. It's about effort. And this effort right here is lackluster to me. Just coming off. You know it's a bubble because you know the play call. So at some point in time, you got to get your hands on this guy because you're the primary blocker for this dude. There's no other run fake or anything going on down here. This is a bubble screen. So you got to put your hands on this guy at some point. Your internal clock got to know, okay, the bubble's coming. I best to go ahead and lay somebody out or at least get my hands on him. The ball gets to the defender before you. Want to and effort. Playing with leverage. All right, I'm going to set this up a little bit. This is Brandon right here. Bottom of your screen, the number 1 receiver. These two guys are, I wouldn't say bracketing him, but because they're in a tight formation, it kind of looks like a bracket. And he's going to be able to defeat this guy, working his leverage and his hands and kind of force this guy to open up and get inside of him too. So he took that step and opened him up so he can get the lane he want to run to, even though this guy's going to reach out and grab him. He took another step to open his dual hips up, even while being grabbed, and run the post. There it is. That was a lot of patience, a lot of nuance, and a lot of just football. He out-leveraged 2 people in the same play because it's a tight formation, and he knows he wants to go to the middle, so he got to get them to widen out so he can get back inside. Push him out, see him slide out. That gave him the lane he wanted. Got that. Now I'm going to take another step to get him to open up, thinking I'm going to this corner. Then I'm going to shoot it right back up the middle. Boop. Look at his hips. Hips turn. Right back up the middle. And as I'm recording this, these are, you can barely see this. So I think I'm going to take this film and blow it up so you guys can see it better. And the last play, the glance again. Bottom of your screen. He runs it on time and look at the results. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ball out. It looked basically the same play as earlier, but from a different part of the field. And he has the speed to finish. That's my take on Brandon Ayuik. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. From Arizona State. Okay receiver. Nothing real flashy. Okay with the ball. I don't remember his stats right now. Somebody put the stats in the comment section. He did okay at the combine. Didn't open my eyes. Wasn't nothing eye-popping. He was just an okay receiver, a good receiver. And a lot of people putting him up there with that upper echelon of receivers. And I just didn't see it. I just didn't see it. The only thing he really excelled at to me was that glance route. And he's an okay blocker. Does he have special team value? I'm not sure. Can he get there and be a day one starter? I doubt it. I think he's a slot receiver. I think he's a slot receiver that has to learn about the game. And the reason I say that because that shake route. If he can do stuff like that, that's Julian Edelman type stuff. That's Julian Edelman type stuff. And maybe he was playing out of position in Arizona State. So maybe he is. Let's say he's a slot receiver. If he's a slot receiver and can do those type of things, I see a big upside in him. But as an outside guy, your one thing you do well is the glance. I'm not really feeling that. So I'm gonna say he's a slot receiver, and he's probably gonna be a good slot receiver based off the way he can maneuver in and out of breaks in the slot. Now he's not the greatest in and out of breaks because you see he put that extra move on the guy for no reason when he need to get his head around and catch the ball. But that shake route and, running that glance route, so you maybe can run a slant, right there. And then even on the post he caught. See how tight he was when he did it? That's from basically where the slot guys are going to be. He might have to work an outside linebacker in a deep safety. So that type of stuff right there is good. And I don't think Brandon's in that upper echelon of receivers in this draft, but he's an okay guy. He's not in the bottom tier either. He's a guy that you wouldn't mind having on your team. And, if he happened to be on my team later on, I wouldn't be mad about that either. But I don't think he's a first-round guy. That concludes my analysis of Brandon Ayuik from Arizona State. And, again, somebody put those his stats in the – you know what? They're going to be on the thumbnail. Don't worry about it. I'm going to put his stats on the thumbnail. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is Coach Evans from Sip Tally Films. And, again, this is Brandon Ayuik from Arizona State. Catch me next time. Like, comment, and subscribe. With